You see, people don't realize that you're already been trained. Yes? That's what programming is, training, right? So the only question is, how have you been trained? In a way that works or a way that doesn't work? If it doesn't work to your fullest happiness and success, then maybe you need different training. This is not rocket science, okay? And I totally believe in training, and I'll state why right now, and you'll see why after again. But let's say again, this is your mind, your head, your mind, whatever you want to call it. And right now, you've got, again, we'll go back to this. You've got files, right? Files over here. You got a certain amount of files about everything. Let's say business, for example. You've got a certain amount of files in business, right? Knowledge. You've got business knowledge, right? There's your files. Well, when we teach business, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're just installing more files. That's it. Now, the question is, if you are going to put your money, your effort, your time into business, for example, what would you want in your file cabinet? This or everything? Yeah, so you have more choices. See, 99% of people don't have this. They don't have it. So it's available. We just have to install it in your files. This is very simple. Yes or yes? That's why I believe in it. Why do I believe in it? Because it works.
In my opinion, schools do a pathetic job giving you the financial tools you need to plan that aspect of your life. You need to take steps yourself. You need to immediately start reading, start taking classes. Start with simple things like the book The Millionaire Next Door, or Rich Dad Poor Dad, or take T. Harv Eker's Millionaire Mind Intensive courses. You need to start doing that things. People think that CDs are an investment. CDs I call certificates of devaluation. They're not an investment.
Getting the education is key, and that is not, the ongoing news is not an education gang. It really isn't, and in fact, it's just a bunch of headlines that are seduced to try to keep you attached to the news cycle rather than real information. So most of us didn't get it in high school. Most of us are not getting it in college. So the first thing is get the education.
One of the keys to being successful is to continue to get education. I actually have an acronym for it called ABLE, A-B-L, and it's always be learning. So it's really important because of the nature of how things change, how taxes change, how investment ideas change, how the economy changes, that you always be learning about what's going on and staying current.
So that's why I wrote the book. And yeah, all those emotions, everybody has them, okay? They have greed, they have lust, they have envy. None of us are above them. I've had my envious moments in my life. I write about it in the book that I wrote. I've had my greedy moments in my life. I've had all of those human emotions, the positive ones and the negative ones, okay? The whole point of my book was never to be sanctimonious or righteous, but just to simply say that, you know, we're all living in the same sort of dilemma. And the challenge for all of us is just to try to do better. Just try to be the better version of ourselves. You know, the ones that we sort of daydream about. You know, the one that you want to be. Okay? We all can be catty and snippy, and we can all be negative and divisive, and, you know, we can all point fingers at each other. Believe me, we can all do that. But there's a higher emotion that I just want to appeal to in myself and people like you. Just try to be the best person that you can be. Okay, it'll make the society better. That's all. So that was the message of my book.